Hello and welcome to the ADLR Podcast. We are back. We got Brian here,
Hmm.
and we got Randalius here. In good health, hopefully.
The crackers help.
And what?
I said the crackers help.
Oh, the crackers help.
They said crack has help.
Yeah, I'm like, what is going on? What did you order? They usually
Crackers
just,
and ginger ale.
I mean, that's like the 1-2 punch of getting healthy. And the emergency.
When you say crackers, you mean like saltines?
Yes.
With salt or unsalt?
With salt.
Wouldn't it be
Okay.
just called teens if it wasn't saltines? There's no salt on it?
No.
What would it be called?
Adult.
Adult?
Saltines.
Teens. God, it's so to be saltadults.
There's no salt, just adult, I
Oh,
guess.
okay. Yeah, anyway. Anyway. What was I going to mention? What happened?
I said I didn't get any work done today.
Allegedly. You never know because your employers might watch this. Most likely will watch it. It's the most viewed podcast on the planet, so. So allegedly you didn't, but there's still a couple hours in the day left. You could probably do all of it in 2 hours. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. I like how, okay. My Windows has like a notification number, like number 1. I click on it, doesn't come up with anything.
It's weird.
It's what?
So that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
I really hate that with Windows 11, at least I can't see it, but I like to have all my, like the tray icons. I always like to have it on my right monitor so that it looks complete, like a whole bar, because I have 2 monitors,
Uh-huh.
but it's only on my left one because it's primary, and it kind of pisses me off.
How would you fix it?
Let me put it on the right, like Windows 10.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised it doesn't already. You sure there's no other... They didn't just move the setting somewhere?
I can't find it. That's what I'll say.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
Pisses me off, though. I'm even more upset. You saw what I put in your Discord? That fucking monitor is on sale.
Yeah, that's an absurd... Yeah, it's like $2
Yeah.
grand.
They should give it to me for free.
Because you found the deal?
Whatever the reasoning is. Samsung sponsor me.
What kind of numbers you can bring to them?
Very little, but I can try.
Okay. That's how you sell them to get you stuff for free. Like, I can get you this many views, right? Excuse me. Or this many clicks.
I can't get them less views, so why not?
You can. Because if they sponsor you and you wild out and start saying some like racist stuff or something.
More people are gonna watch that clip.
Oh, you think so?
I would think so.
I think people would just clip it out and put it on their own channels, and then people will watch that. That's how everything's going.
It's still a clip of me. I got them views on another channel directly.
Oh, so that means other people are gonna owe you some cash.
The worst that could happen is that no one watched whatsoever and you don't get negative views.
I guess. When you said what's the worst thing that can happen, 70 things just came into my head.
Mhm.
A truck coming out of nowhere, lightning hitting you on your toenail. Like, it's the
My
amount
roof
of...
caving in.
Yeah, dude. There's so many things that can go wrong. Anywho. What we got to talk about this week? I mean, we got you guys... Well, Randall saw one movie. We saw three movies were being displayed. Randall saw one of them. You saw 2 new ones. Oh, no, you haven't seen any of them, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of them.
Okay, cool. So you got 3 movies on there. Randall saw one of them. And then had a all-day battle with, what is it? Who's the guy who puts the sleeping things in your eyes?
Sandman?
The Sandman, yeah. It was Zen 5 versus Sandman the rest of the night. Oh, that's because he was Tekken God Prime the night before, right?
Not quite.
Close?
are closed.
Oh shit!
I think he was Tekken actually.
They only release trailers when he says there's allowed to, so he knows who's coming into the game already. He gives the green light.
Since he
make
is Tekken, he just thinks it and they pop up. They already coded, designed everything.
Oh shit! So would you like everyone to come back, or do you have specific people you want to come back in Tekken? Oh, Randall.
I would let everybody come back.
Okay. I don't know.
Even Negan.
I'm talking about like original Tekken characters.
Yeah, I meant Tekken, not guest stars. I
Oh.
meant Tekken. Let me
That's what
clarify.
they didn't clarify.
Yeah, let me clarify. I meant Tekken lore, not the guest characters.
Akuma's canon technically.
Is he?
Yeah, because you asked to come in via the Heihachi's wife.
Oh, I guess. Nah, that's a guest
He's-
character.
He's canon.
Speaking of which, did you guys see that teaser for that Mortal Kombat? They're gonna reboot it or whatever with the clock.
Yeah, I
Is
saw
that-
that.
Is there any? Do we have any more information, or has it just been that?
It was the 30th anniversary thing. It seemed very fucking cryptic, and then it was that.
The clock thing.
Yeah, which could be a couple of things. I've been indulging in the theories people are having. My first thought was since it goes at 11, skips 12, and goes to 1. I thought just reboot completely,
That's what I
Like-
thought too.
and that would make sense because so the two theories are just reboot altogether, and then the way that 11 ends. I guess spoiler alert. Either Liu Kang or Shang Tsung end up becoming the controller of time, and they get to rewrite the world however they want. In Liu Kang's ending, he goes back to the old Kung Lao, which is the one that won the Mortal Kombat tournament to prevent Earthrealm being swallowed up by Shao Kahn's realm. I forget what it's called. Netherrealm.
Isn't it
Outworld?
NetherRealm? Oh,
To the Outworld or Netherrealm. It's one of those. I forget. So because that happens in Liu Kang's story, and I doubt they're gonna make Shang Tsung's canon. They think that it going to 1 means it's gonna go back to the events of that first tournament.
so you can have less characters then, because we're going back to the classic characters.
Well, so that's the thing. Since he's rewriting the story, anybody can come in for any reason.
Oh,
The
I
other
guess.
theory is because it's going to from 11 to 1. Everything's scrapped, including MK11's story, and they just start over again.
that's what I kind of figured, because I remember the last game was MK11, and I'm like, oh, it got to 11, and then 12, and I'm like, okay, cool, that's the new one. It's gonna be MK12, MK12, and then it went to an extra one, and I'm like, okay, I guess they're doing something else here. That's fine with me.
It releasing this year kind of leaked. There's some streamed or recorded the company shareholder meeting, and basically they chat the bed. It was recorded saying we'll come at 12 to release this year by one of the official shareholders, something like that.
That makes sense. It's the end of the fiscal year, by the end of March, so I'm sure that's when they have the those board meetings to discuss the next fiscal year. So yeah, those are usually recorded, so they should always watch what they're saying. I guess I don't know if it leaked. It's just that stuff that they normally don't normally talk about.
I considered leaked only because it wasn't an official announcement. It was just a guy instead
Yeah.
of like how it's normally introduced. My guess is because that trailer came out recently, the little teaser, and NRS, the studio is in Chicago, and Combo Breakers at the end of this month. I'm assuming maybe then we'll get an announcement or an actual trailer.
Oh no, I think it's coming during Summer Games Fest. Jeff
When is
Keighley's thing, June 8th or something, in like 2
I feel like
weeks.
that's too late. I want to go with my thought just because the Chicago things, and I thought very hard
Okay.
about this.
That's fine. That's a good. Both are plausible, right? That one's probably more plausible because most fighting game announcements are done at fighting game events. So
Well, you'd be surprised because you said Jeff Keighley, and at the Game Awards is when they announced MKX or MK11.
Oh, then it sounds like there's more evidence to support Mr. Keeley.
But I put too much time into thinking the Chicago thing.
Okay,
So,
but you're giving me more evidence, but you're gonna stick with your
There-
answer.
there's more evidence in your favor,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not trying to hear that.
That's fine. I mean, with the record they have, they come out with complete fighting games, story mode, like arcade stuff, online, and all the other extra stuff. So I'm down. So whatever they're gonna bring, I'm sure it's gonna be worth the probably $70 it's gonna cost.
If it's MK, uh, it is MK. If
Even
fucking idiot.
you're thinking about Injustice again.
Yeah, I don't I don't know that I would actually buy another Mortal Kombat game, unless it's like crazy on sale just to try it, or if like you're watching gameplay, or if there's like an open beta and I'm like, this feels way different than the other ones, and I'm a big fan of this.
Mm-hmm.
Only because the whole back to block, I'm kind of over that, and then the while it has good, while they have stories, and usually the PV, like the offline aspect of the games, it is enough to do that than actually play people online.
Yeah.
I just don't like how MK feels, like for the most part. I think MKX was fun, but never like a take it serious game. It's more like I can watch it. It's like a spectator game, because watching MKX I could do that all day. Playing it, I almost never really had an interest, and if there was any interest, it was like casual games for like an hour.
Well, I mean, it might be more than just a story reset. Maybe they have a new type of gameplay mechanics for one. Yeah, like it might be they might new controller input the same way Street Fighter's doing the modern stuff. They might bring their own thing into it.
The other thing too is like I can't support those animations, man.
Oh, they look kind of like stiff, right?
It just looks meh. I mean, it's very vain complaints, but if anything, I'd rather Injustice, because those just feel better to me. And on top of that, with how many fighting games are coming out that are good as of late, or at least that are still like relevant in the community, I I don't feel like I'm hard pressed. Like I have to play MK or anything like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a good spot. I can just skip it.
I can see that. What was I gonna mention? I don't. It's like if it comes out with like a full package and it's stable and stuff, I'm probably just gonna grab it just to. Hey, they did a good job releasing this, so keep it moving.
Everything I said might go out the window if Ermax already confirmed.
I guess within 3 weeks you'll know
Mm-hmm.
if he is. Because if it's releasing this year, unless they're gonna do like weekly character reveals.
That's what they used to do.
Oh, then that might be it. Then it might be better to come out sooner, like a combo breaker, if they have a lot of characters coming back.
What they used to do, so they did it for Injustice and they did it for MK11. I forget if they did it for MKX. Is I want to say either every other week or once a month, I think it was. They would do like a teaser for a character at the beginning of the week or something like that. A day or two later, reveal who it is, and then either the week after or at the end of that same week, they did a dev stream breaking down the characters.
Oh wow.
Sometimes it was two characters at once, but it was very. I usually skip breakdowns and stuff like that outside of the trailers, because I want my first experience to be me playing.
You want to be in the lab. You don't want to be in a science class.
The way that they did it was actually I actually went out of my way to watch those.
You went out of your way, you said?
Yeah, like I had it. I used to I set that NetherRealm stream to notify me when live, and then I would watch it.
Okay. That's like the next big thing here for announcements that I saw for the AAAs, because everything else is either coming out or we already know how. I mean, Diablo is. We know where that's what the state of that is. It's a problem when it comes out. So
everything else this year that I can think of is AAA. It's stuff that was delayed. It's supposed to come out last year, like Masquerade Bloodline 2. I think it's still supposed to come out this year, and then the new Stalker is supposed to come out at the end of the year. Those are all stuff to get pushed back. When is the Suicide Squad game come out?
That was also delayed because people were hating what they saw when that reveal. So they're like, "Oh, we're gonna delay it and try to rehash some stuff." So we'll see. That's been they didn't like all that battle pass stuff in their single player game. Like
Oh, I didn't know that about that.
there was a bunch of transactions and stuff, and I'm like, this is not the thing you want to show off. And they did, and now everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing? And then they're like, you right. So I don't know what the deal is. It was delayed, and we're gonna wait even longer, which sucks because like we haven't played a Rocksteady game since Night.
They didn't make
They didn't make
that shitty fucking the Court of Owls one. Gotham
no.
Knights.
They didn't make Gotham Knights. They were too busy working on this. Like I'm sure that entire studio was working on this Suicide Squad one, and
because Gotham Knights was ass.
I was gonna try it out to see what it was like, but I just never got to it.
Me and a friend of mine beat it. It was on sale. I think like half hour, something crazy. I was like, you know what? I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And that shit was it's a derpy time, but if there was something you want to play just that's so buggy or so awful it's entertaining, Wildlands to me is still like the peak of the.
Well, Wildlands got stable. Same with Breakpoint. Like when we were playing it, it wasn't derpy.
Wildlands is derpy, but like I guess the things you can do in it makes it funny. But Gotham Knights was like buggy and awful derpy. Like you're just like, what the hell am I doing? Wasting my time playing this.
That's fair. Damn, I haven't played Breakpoint or Wildlands in a while. I never finished Wildlands, so I did finish Breakpoint. They were pretty fun. I might have to just install Wildlands to get through that. I don't know when, because I'm already got a couple hours into Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm like, this is going to be a problem. And then Diablo 4 comes out, and I'm like, that's going to be a problem.
I was confused. I didn't know if you were streaming the first game. So then I clicked in, and then I saw it very clearly not.
Yeah. I'm done. When all the reviews said, hey, it's just better Breath of the Wild, uninstalled Breath of the Wild. I don't need to play the same thing and then play a better version afterwards.
I'm thinking about doing the same thing and just watching the story video for Breath of the Wild. But then Tears of the Kingdom, that's the whole 60 smackies.
It's 70. It's not 60.
Oh my days.
Yeah, they decided to up the price, but not up the hardware you're running it on.
So it's like, yeah, it's $70, right? And then before I knew it was $70. So let's say at the 30 minutes beforehand.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm thinking about doing this video thing, but I have too many backlogs. So, and then I thought to myself, I'll wait for it to be on sale. And then I remembered it's a Nintendo first party.
The cheapest that'll be on sale maybe be $45.
Yeah.
So, actually, unless you get a
$70 game.
Well, I mean, if you want to wait, I have the physical copy. So when I'm done, you can borrow it.
But then I'm in a loop again, just keeping people's copies hostage. I need to get
Oh my god, you still have Breath of the Wild, right?
I think I might have to, just because at this point I feel just embarrassed. I need to just give it.
Just give it back to him.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. And he's gonna be like, I hate you.
I mean, he's also in the middle of playing Tears of the Kingdom, so that's
but he beat the Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
What if, like, in my head, he's like, what if I just want to play this again, just to get ready? And I robbed him of that for almost 3 years. Especially
if he forgot and he like has the case or something, opens it, and he's like, oh.
I need to give it back to him and just play this one.
Speaking of which, since I got the physical copy, right? And how sad I got when I opened it, and there's nothing but the fucking cartridge.
No book?
No book? No, hey man, thanks for buying. No, it's just a cartridge, dude. I'm like, oh my god, I'm old. I remember when we used to get the physical copies, and you had the instruction booklet. Some of them come with like some of the pages in the booklet just had art on it, some tips and stuff. That shit is literally the piece of paper, the art that surrounds the case, and the fucking cartridge. And I'm like, what is happening? That's insane. But yeah, I got it on cartridges in case anyone wanted else to play once I'm done with it.
Okay. Might do that, but this is the worst time because I'm back into Midnight Suns, a game I already beat, and then June 6th, Diablo. At any
Man,
point in the year, a Hades 2 early access can derail everything else, and if it doesn't, then end of June, early July, I forget. Final Fantasy 16, I want to get that.
did you seen the meme where it's like a car or something with some text that's like, "Oh, my bank account nice and steady," and then like a freight train is about to hit this car, and it just says like Steam sale on it or something.
Hmm.
That's pretty much what Hades 2 is for you. What, like all your games in the backlog, early access Hades 2 will just derail, will just sabotage everything.
That I'm at the mercy of Supergiant Games.
Yeah, same, dude.
It could say there's no price. It just knows how much money you have in your bank, and it says all of it.
It just says minus account.
Yeah, I'm like, all right.
I'm in it. That's funny.
Yeah, well, I can't fucking wait. Uh, this weekend is open beta for Street Fighter 6.
Oh, we'll see if I can play a couple rounds and try it out. What's his name? Mike Ross and Shen put up a new video to like showcase the modern controls. So if you guys want to check that out, that's pretty cool. They
I'm
trained
watching it.
these. Oh, okay.
But explain it though. Still.
They each trained some. I guess people who work at that channel, like these two ladies
Mm-hmm.
who don't play fighting games. So they put them to learn the modern controls, and then they're shut up, Ring, and then they fight against each other, and it's just hype watching them get hype watching their disciples battle it out. It's fun. It's
Alright,
it's
maybe
good.
I will
It's
watch it.
it's good content. You can probably skip to the fight because the first like 2/3 of it is them training each side trains their own individual one, and then they smack talk the other team the entire time as well. So, but if you just want to see the competition, it's the end. Shout out to, I forgot the channel already. Versus Vortex.
Versus Vertex.
Yeah.
The only smack talk they're missing is somebody like Punk. I think Shen does a good job. Mike does like a good wholesome way of doing it. But we need Punk to just for like 20 minutes straight just shit talk.
Oh, I haven't seen his. I've only seen him play. I haven't seen any of his streams or anything, so I don't know what he's like with his smack talking game. I mean, you can send me a link. Yeah, I mean, I'll watch.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I'm
watch it
gonna-
now, but I believe you. What I need to see is Randall smack talking when he's playing Tekken. Do you smack talk in your head, Randall, at all, or you just focus on hitting 17 lightnings or electrics? Lightnings.
I say some stuff in my head and out loud.
Do you say the dirty version in your head and the clean one out loud?
There's no dirty version.
I don't mean dirty. I mean like explicit. Like outside, like in the public, you'll probably say like "dag" or like whatever the case. But in your head, you like "fuck."
No, I don't curse in my head.
Okay, it's clean 100%. You're 100% clean throughout.
I mean, clean is subjective, I guess.
Okay.
I guess it's clean. I mean, maybe in comparison to you, yeah, I guess.
Well, comparison, yeah, comparison. I curse all the time. There's no way.
I probably
Nice.
the harshest thing I probably do is say the N word.
Oh, that's true, and that's a power card. So I cannot. If I said that while smack talking on stream, it's over for me.
I sent you. I guess for context, what I put in there is Punk talking shit. He at this time has been barely playing Dragon Ball FighterZ for a few months, and I don't remember if he called out all the commentators or specifically Acoustics, who's an East Coast Dragon Ball FighterZ commentator,
Okay.
who's been commentating since like the game came out.
Oh, nice.
And what proceeds is them doing a set against each other.
But there's no bad blood, right? It's just for fun, and they shit talking, or
Yeah,
okay.
but you would think by the way he's talking
That he owed, like they owes him money. Okay.
the bet was whoever won the set, the other person had to pay for their dinner.
Oh, that's not so bad. And I'm assuming they can order whatever, or oh wow. So you can just be like, yeah, I want to get 6 cheesecakes from the Cheesecake Factory.
Basically,
That's insane.
this is that set in some down to almost 7 minutes.
Okay, I'll check that out after this. I'm crazy with the ums lately. It's one of those things where some people like say to give them time to think about something. Mine's the opposite, where I'm thinking too much, and I say to slow myself down. That sounds weird, right?
I snap at myself when I'm trying to remember something, like physically snap. Well, also snap mentally.
I
While
was
I'm
about to
trying
say I've
remember
seen you
something.
pop off on fighting games. So is that what you mean snapping, or
Wait, what do you mean?
I don't know. Like remember we don't have clips, but when we used to play the Ultra Street Fighter 4 on the Excellent Adventures, we'd have shit matches, and then we'll have the one where you're like, I'm him,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll pick up the six for the next match, and they think it's still you playing, so they match make me with fucking Tekken God Prime in a Street Fighter game, and then I get decimated and parry once.
Do I shit talk a lot? I don't.
Well, the AI you did at the time, back when we were still
Oh.
in their mom's apartment.
If it's like randoms online and I'm just playing, there's probably some shit talk. If it's someone that I know won't get mad at it, I'll probably shit talk them.
You have
But
some
for the most,
staples. You have he's not even good. I've heard that countless times. Just another one you say often. I forgot what it was. Is he's not even good. There's another one that follows up, but I think it's less. Like it happens. You say it before you get to the he's not even good part.
hmm.
Oh, but it's to yourself. It's about your hands. Like my hands are something. You trying to do damage to your hands. I forgot what it was.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna flush it down the toilet or some shit. I don't know what it is.
If I fuck something up execution wise, I have to let it out. But I mean, when I'm talking about shit talk, it's like towards the other person. I mean,
Oh,
so there's not even that good as the other person. And if I'm going off on somebody, the most you'll get is maniac laughter, or I'll just say some shit to him if it's an online person. Like when I was used to play Grand Blue, and somebody's getting open the fuck up.
mm-hmm.
I don't know why I would do like an Australian accent and say they don't have any defense.
Ain't got no
I was like,
defense.
he's got no defense.
He's getting his ass just smeared across the playing field. That's crazy. There's kind of cool shit coming out. What was I gonna mention? Oh, I'm gonna say, what do you guys think of the movies? What do you thought? We can start with Mrs. Harris goes to Paris, because that's one that when I first saw it, I just happened to be browsing for new movies to watch, and I saw that, and I'm like, oh, I think Janiana would watch this, and then we watched it together, and I'm like, do I love fashion now? I thought they did a really good job of like showcasing vintage fashion and shooting it in a certain way. I'm like, that shit looks great. And then also, I was at a point where this fictional character, we need to keep her, we need to protect her at all costs.
I got to that point very quickly.
Oh yeah.
Probably like within the first 3 minutes of the movie.
It's Mrs. Harris over everything in that movie because it's one of those go ahead.
Her friend too. Like
oh yes.
The second I heard her accent,
is it Vi? In my book. It was Vi, right? V or Vi?
And then Archie. Yeah. The second I heard his accent, and then he had dogs on him.
Yeah. And it was nighttime too.
So they didn't even take him to a diner though. That's how I knew it was gonna be a wholesome movie.
Yeah. You knew Killian wasn't gonna walk across or come in through the side of the door or something. Toby. How about you, Rand? What are your thoughts on Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris? Because I know you're in the fashion world.
I felt the same way about her. I loved her from the very beginning.
You had her at the protect her at all costs right from the get go.
Yeah, I thought she was adorable.
Yeah. I should look up the actress's name.
You know what it is?
Credits. What's up?
Is that the entire time I'm seeing her, she gave me very strong Betty White vibes. Like if Betty White was from the UK, it'd be that lady. It would be Mrs. Harris, I feel.
Oh, Leslie Manville.
Yeah, she's right in my book. If I was in, for some of the events that happened in that movie, if I was there, there would have been more things than just trash on the street.
Did you ever look up with your the lady you're in love with? Oh, you sure did.
Chris Evans' girlfriend. I was devastated, Anthony. She's Portuguese.
Oh, is that where she's from?
Yeah. So I heard. I didn't look her up.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever watches this is gonna be a model. The second I saw her, I kept leaning over to Anthony like, I love her.
They did a good job with casting. I can tell you that.
No weakling.
I can
Great
see.
movie. Great, like wholesome movie.
Yep.
And it's very introspective too. Think about it.
Like what?
Like the key messages in the movie. It's kind of like a lady who basically puts herself last to other people, and then to an extent you realize it feels like she realizes she has to live for herself to a certain extent. She was basically living off of what she thought her husband would want her to do, or what would help X person or whatever. And then at a certain point you realize she's like, this isn't enough for me. And then it's like self-worth mixed with like you're your own protagonist. There's a lot of her, at least her story, and that's what was interesting. Is every character had their own, and what, only 2 hour long movie.
I just had the page up. I think it was like almost 2 hours, maybe a little less.
That movie felt not that long for every character to get a whole arc. That felt like a genuine or like a relatable.
Yeah, it was 4 minutes shy of 2 hours.
I don't know how they did that, but Guardians of the Galaxy couldn't do a whole arc for Adam Warlock that made fucking sense. Every character, even if a character was a piece of shit for the most part, there's one that didn't really get an arc, but they didn't deserve one. But every character started at one point to go through whatever they went through. There's an arc, and it felt like a genuine arc that a real person in real life would go through. Not to mention everybody has some sort of accent, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah, when it comes to the European stuff, that's an easy grab or an easy win.
European, and then they threw one Jamaican lady, and I'm like, they knew who's gonna watch this.
Yeah, they were like, "What's the secret sauce to get a 2 thumbs up approval from Brian?" And then bet.
A lot of like the fashion stuff. I mean, I'm not into. I don't know fashion like that. I can't tell you designer names or anything. I just wear whatever's cozy or whatever I think I look good in, which is everything flips hair. But seeing a lot of that side of it too was entertaining.
I don't know, for some reason, like when she was walking her through how stuff was made, and also the collection scene when they're seeing seeing all the thing, I'm like, I don't know what. I'm about like, I need to become a fashion anista or some shit, because it was shot so elegantly.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
It was interesting too because they showed you like the pretty, which is like the leading up to that closed event.
Mm-hmm.
And then once it gets, the further the movie goes, you see like the ugly to it, like the real part, which is interesting because they mentioned that book, which is like there's two versions.
The facade.
The inner self and the outer self, and which one
Yeah.
is the real one. A lot of this movie, I don't know, man. That shit was wholesome, but it's also very introspective, like I said, and I really enjoyed it.
I'm with you on that. It was definitely one of those I was recommending to people when I saw it, just not on the podcast because it was during our hiatus. How about you, Randall? Is this something you recommend to people or not?
Definitely.
Do you have any problems with it?
No.
Okay. I didn't either when I watched it. I'm just something to ask because sometimes we give it the 2 thumbs up. Is what I was gonna say. Like I'm doing an accent.
The only thing I would have added, it's not anything that I actually had a problem with, but it was just a personal touch for me. Is that I wish that she actually did find love by the end of the movie.
They sort of alluded to Archie being it, and I kind of took that and ran with it. But that's just me trying to ship them. I mean, he was kind of looking out for her too, like with the races thing. And he was like always there to help out and stuff. He broke the window, but fixing the window, helping her out with stuff.
I don't mind that she didn't. I'm okay with it. I just like that instead of her finding love, that she found the dream in everyone else's lives.
Mm-hmm.
The dreamer helps the other dreamers get to what they wanted, and I thought that was enough. But the one thing that they didn't need to add it, but the part that I was wondering is like, why didn't she just go work over there?
That's true.
That
I
would
don't
have
know.
been nice.
Maybe that might have been a possibility. But I don't know if she likes to do that stuff. Like she was doing it to help them meet the man or something. With I think that's what they mentioned. But
It would have
they
been cool, like to see that gang, the Archie, Vi, and her, like, let's go over there or something.
that would
But
be
that
the hard part
I
because
don't
how
need
would
that.
you? Yeah, we don't need all that. Like
No, I don't need to. I would just like, it's like just a thought.
I think it ended where it needed to end because they alluded to it in the beginning where it's like, oh, these dresses need to be displayed and stuff, and that was kind of like the closing scene is her coming out with the dress and having it displayed at a. I mean, granted, it's not like a Met Gala or anything, but everyone was like, everyone literally stopped and looked, right?
She killed that dress though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she did, she set out, she accomplished what that lady was talking about, how these dresses are supposed to be shown or whatever, and she took care of it. So not, set it on fire.
That guy, every time they showed him, what is his name? Faisal Fausto, the account executive guy or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, foul. I don't know, foul something.
Every time they showed him, I'm like, are we sure it's not Sebastian Stan?
Now he's too. I think he's taller and a little lankier, so that's why I'm like, okay, I know it's not him.
Even then, though, I'm like, at least related.
I don't know if he is. I kind of closed it already. Let me check. I doubt it, dude. I look and his last name is Stan. No, his name is Lucas Bravo. He looks like his name sounds like he walked out of Luca the movie. I just need to hear a Mama Mozzarella.
What if his dad's name is Johnny?
I need to click on him. That's insane. I don't see anything about his father or anything on here. Oh no, Daniel Bravo is his dad. His dad was a French footballer, and his mom was
soccer or
I guess soccer because he's a French footballer. Okay. The French call soccer football, right? Because it's overseas. So
just to make sure, I don't know who wrote the article.
And his mom was a singer. Eva Bravo. Eva Bravo.
EVA.
Yeah.
Could be either one. Ava.
Is he in every movie that says in Paris? He's in another movie called Emily in Paris.
He's just Paris, man.
Oh, it's a TV show. I'm sorry. That's wild. He is Paris. You're right. Anywho, that's that.
Out of 3 movies, I would definitely say that's probably my number 1 out of the 3.
Okay, I'm with you on that. With Puss in Boots right behind it, because that surprised me. That was my first Puss in Boots movie, and I'm like, I might be lost, whatever, but it was nice and self-contained.
That is the first Puss in Boots movie, though, isn't it?
No, it's like the third one or the second one.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't see the previous ones, and I thought I was gonna get lost here, but they kind of kept everything contained, which I like.
I didn't know there's more Puss in Boots movies.
Yeah, dude.
I had assumed, because I didn't know they existed, everything that happened, like the backstory, I thought that was just in one of the Shreks, and I forgot.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of Puss in Boots stuff. I don't know if they're all canon, but there's the first one that came out in 2011. One called The Three Diablos that came out in 2012. And then this one. Yeah.
Allegedly, it's just the 2011 and then this one.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know what the hell the Three Diablos is. It came out in 2012. It looks like the same cat. I mean, it's voiced by Banderas again, so.
I don't know.
But yeah. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is definitely a must watch. It's really fun. According to Movie DB, it gained quite the fucking profit, dude. There's definitely gonna be another one. The budget was 90 million and the revenue was 480 million. That's a lot of cash, bro.
Jeez.
Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah, that's that. Also, really good animated movie. Shout out to what's his name? Wagner. Yeah, man. Him as Wolf. Such a great performance, and even the acting was great. Everything was really fun. Puss in Boots was dope.
The
Oh, and Perrito. Psh, killed it.
The entire performance for the main antagonist was just chef's kiss.
Yeah.
I was like refreshingly surprised by how good he did. Even like I like when they give characters theme, not necessarily the way that Marvel does it, where everyone technically has a theme, but it's just washed. It's just cinematic, like orchestral music in the back. It's not really iconic, at least to me.
Uh-huh.
I think more so like Cats from Courage. When the second you hear,
Yeah.
you know it's him.
The boys
you
in
know
the
he
house.
doesn't like dogs.
Yeah.
That's how it felt with the antagonist is whistling when he would enter his scene.
Yeah, they even did a visual cue as well, where like everything around the Puss. Do I call him Puss?
This is first, man.
I guess. Would darken around him, and it'll either have like a red or purple tint to it.
Mm-hmm. Basically, when it looked like desaturated with a little bit of like red.
Yeah.
And then I like that it's a menacing vibe from it. So the second you hear the whistle, you notice where's the color gone, or the movie gets a little too quiet real fast.
Mm-hmm.
You feel in danger.
You're like, is he in this theater right now?
Mm-hmm. They did. I would say Ramsey, like you never see him do anything prior.
Yeah.
But the way they set him up, you know that he's been around the block.
He's about it. He's not for play.
Mm-hmm.
He is not for play.
He's not about the play.
It's really cool. And I think randomly, we never, no, that was also another movie that came out during the hiatus. What are your thoughts on it, Miss? You know, you got the animation muscles here you can flex on. This man's sleeping. Like, what are your thoughts of the movie here? I know you saw like some of it.
Well, when we were doing our top 5, I mentioned that character was the highlight of the movie for me.
Oh, okay. Did you watch the previous Puss in Boots?
I didn't know there was one.
Oh, okay. I knew there was one, and I'm like, do I need to watch it? And all the reviews were like, nah, you could just enjoy this for what it was, and it was dope. I know he has a connection to Shrek, but that's about it. And it looks like, spoilers, they're gonna hang out again, especially with the amount of profit they just made. That's gonna be an easy one to convince people to make it. I guess last but not least, we're gonna have to talk about this Mario movie, man. You know, I got 2 reviews for that. I had to take my bias out, and I'll give you the non-bias review of Super Mario Bros. What is it? Super Mario World? Super Mario Bros. Movie? What the hell is it? The Super Mario Bros. Movie. Got it. Non-bias, great family film. Super bright colors, a lot of fucking action, some pretty slapstick humor, some pretty good slapstick humor. Fine family movie, right? Do you guys have like a split review here, or do you're sticking with the one you got? It's whatever, right? Like it's.
I mean, it's kind of. I guess it's a split, but it's kind of just a compound sentence of a review.
I gotcha.
It's all right. Something to watch. Having Mario in the name. I mean, you know the characters because of that, but it's not really a Mario movie. It's just a kids movie
with Mario characters. I think they're playing with toys the entire time, smashing together everything.
It's a movie for kids dressed up as nostalgia for the adults that are there.
Sure. I don't know. As the bias review, as the Mario master, what the hell was I watching, bro? Right? What adventure were we on? That man was just stumbling through the entire fucking thing. They had 2 cool platforming sections, and then the rest is Mario Kart. And I'm like, all right, I guess this was the Super Mario Kart movie. I don't know. I watched it and it's fine. Like I was hoping for an actual like adventure to happen here.
I felt like the same review I had, the same thing I said in the review for Mortal Kombat. It's like someone played the games. They had these characters in it.
Yeah.
And from that, like, I can make a whole movie off of this. That's what it felt like. They played Mario Kart. They played Mario 64 at some point. They did all that, and they said, "Oh, I remember something about that," and then that's how they made the movie.
And as I was watching it, I'm like, does this feel like it's being rushed? And I looked up the runtime. It's only an hour and a half movie. So I'm like, that's why it felt so fucking chaotic. It just felt like a speed run of like, look how many Mario things we can throw at you. Mario the bros save the day. Thumbs up with a star. I'm like, why didn't Bowser just touch the star when he first got it and just decimate? Like, it's stuff that's so weird.
The voice acting was fine. The only person that didn't really belong, considering that the actual voice actor was in the movie, was Chris Pratt's Mario. I didn't mind anyone else's.
No, I'm not with you on that. There's one more. In what fucking universe does Donkey Kong laugh like Seth Rogen?
I didn't mind that.
I did not. I'm like, he just, there was no offense to him. What range? He was just saying shit. Like, he just sounded like Seth Rogen was in a costume.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was no, I don't know.
I thought it was fine. For Donkey Kong, I'm not expecting Daniel Day-Lewis.
You're expecting Daniel Day-Lewis or you're
I'm
not?
not expecting.
Oh, I thought it was just gonna be noises, like, or like, because he doesn't. I don't think I've ever heard him speak. He just makes grunts, noises, and emotes with the grunts.
Yeah. Peach, I usually think of her sounding like Minnie Riperton, like in the games, the high pitch falsetto voice. But I was okay with.
Yeah, it was fine.
If I had to pick a standout voice, it's probably Jack Black, Great Bowser.
Yeah, he did. He did the best one because it looks like he was enthusiastic to play him.
Actually, I think that whoever voiced the little Luma is actually the best voice actor.
Oh, let's go check that out. The little Luma, is that even credited?
I don't know.
Juliet Jelenk. It's Luma Lee, apparently. Who's Uncle Arthur?
Isn't that one of
one of his family
Mario
members?
Luigi's? Probably.
Oh, okay, because DiMaggio voiced him. Or DiMaggio, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I don't know. Fine family film. It's not one I'm going to go tell people to go watch, though. You know what I'm saying? I just have too much bias on it. And that could be, over 20 years of dying in Mario. I don't know. All that experience. I'm just kidding. What are your thoughts, Randall? You love Nintendo, so I want to hear your side of this.
If I'm being quite honest, I need to watch the movie again.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. That's the one. Yeah, you were fighting the Sandman. I forgot.
But from what I remember seeing, that little blue character is probably the best part of the movie for me.
Yeah, the Luma Lee character.
That goes for him.
The greatest part is like there's times where you can see him just go through the cage, and I'm like, I guess he just wants to be here.
Just wants to die.
Yeah. That's all I got for it. Like, it was fine. It's not something I'd be like, don't go watch it, but I'm not gonna go tell you to. You know what I'm saying? I won't stop you from going to watch it, but I'm not gonna encourage you to. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I was listening to you guys talk, but I'm still trying to understand why you said I didn't like it.
No, Brian thought it was fun. I just had my bias because I thought it felt like a mess because it was like an hour and 30 minutes, and they were throwing so much at me, and most of it was Mario Kart themed with vehicles, and I'm like, fam, where's the platforming? There was like a couple seconds of him running away from Donkey Kong doing platforming, and there was another one where they showcased him platforming by, I don't know. It just didn't feel like a Mario adventure. It just felt like, look how many Mario things we can fit in here. Which I don't know. Again, it's not a bad thing because if you guys remember the previous Mario movie live action, this is miles ahead of it. So I mean, like my little
Bringing that up was really that bad.
What, the first live action one? Yeah, it's horrendous. You watch it just to laugh at it, and for me, not a good way. It's just like, look how terrible this is.
It's entertaining. It's one of those things that's like, it's so bad. It's an event. Like, you're not there to love the movie. You're there to like just play it in front of people, and then you all enjoy whatever the hell you're watching.
It's a commentary movie. Like, sit down and like literally rip it like apart as you're watching it and laughing and stuff.
You guys watched Velociraptor, right? I mean,
You mean Velocipaster, one of the greatest movies of our time?
oh, okay. I was getting ready to ask you what you prefer, but I guess you would pick that movie.
Well, I mean, Velocipaster, the way it's shot, it looks like they know it's bad. Where like it's part of the gig.
They're
right?
aiming for bad.
Yeah.
That movie, like, that's the joke.
Where in the Mario Bros. One live action, I'm sure they were like, this is it right here. We got the Mario Brothers live action. They look like the characters. Koopa, not so much. Neither Yoshi. We'll figure it out. And then it was horrendous. I don't know, man. It's just fine. It was just fine. Like I said, that's where I'm gonna. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not a bad movie. I just have my biased nitpicks because.
This is a random question. What were you eating earlier when I came downstairs?
Five Guys.
Okay. I thought I smelled French fries, and I've been craving them ever since.
Five Guys. You know how they give you like French fries with a side of your burger?
Yeah.
Yeah. They have really good French fries. So, because you feel like you're gonna die afterwards. But that's it. That's all I got. I don't even know if I recommend it. I mean, if you happen to stumble on it on TBS or some shit, right? Like,
It's something to watch.
Yeah.
Is this the live action you talking about, or you talking about the 3D?
The animated one. Great visuals. Like I said, the only reason I can't is because I have my bias that I just can't look away from. So it's like whatever. They didn't even show Super Mario World. He didn't even have the cape. He didn't become Fire Mario.
They showed it in the commercial.
Everyone but him got Fire Mario. That would have been a cool, dope scene of him with the white and red. No, Donkey Kong and Peach.
Is that a thing? That's what I meant to ask you when I was watching the movie. Like, can other characters get that power by touching the flower?
Yeah, it's just that it usually doesn't happen in the game because you're playing as Mario the whole time. But everyone can get it's just a power up anyone can grab.
So even Bowser can grab it?
Yeah, but I mean, that'll just give him a power he kind of already has because he can already do fire. But I mean, Bowser's kind of like a big boy, so I don't think he uses power ups. Because I mean, he had a star on him the entire time and never used it. So it's like, what are we doing? The star literally makes you invincible. So if you're getting mollywopped by all these people, I think you should pick it up and just destroy the rest of the people here. No, he just hits them with Fire Blast or Flamethrower from Pokemon. And then we have to keep it moving. And that's pretty much how it felt. It's like, we just got to keep it moving. Some funny one-liner. They fight for a couple seconds. We're out of there. A car chase again. More vehicles. Like, I don't know. If I'm more like a Mario Kart.
Character, actual character in the game.
Say again?
Is that the character that I said I like? Is that an actual character in the game?
I don't think it's the specific one. It's just a species that hangs out with Rosalina.
And they don't speak.
Yeah, they don't speak either, so that's new for this. They just float around and help out. They support Rosalina and I think they support Mario when he's playing through Galaxy 1 and 2. But they're not like NPCs that talk to you. Ooh. But they gave her some lines in this, and all of them were like, the type of jokes most teenagers are using today about life is hard, they want to end it all, things like that. So I was like, okay, that's kind of wild. I don't know, man. I don't even know what else to say about. I don't know what you got. Anything else to talk about this? Because I'm ready to move the fuck on. Right?
Give me a year.
Nah, that's not gonna be in my top 5. Unless this year's been so horrendous in movies, there's no way that movie's going in my top 5. My fave 5. Sorry.
Have I seen 5 movies?
We're halfway through the year, so do you not know?
That came out this year? When did Puss in Boots come out last year?
Yes, sir. Oh wait, did it?
Ant-Man.
I don't remember.
Ant-Man. Guardians of the Galaxy. Mario movie.
Yeah, that was last year. Puss in Boots, sorry.
When did Creed come out this year?
Yeah.
Creed. Did I see anything else?
You tell me. Like what? Like how am I gonna answer that?
Do you know if I seen anything else?
John Wick.
Okay, I've seen exactly 5 movies, I think.
Jeez. For this year, I'm at 3, 6, 9. I'm at 9 movies so far. I'm sorry, 8. I can't count. And it's not looking good. There's like... Okay, never mind. 4 of those movies I've seen there I can see reaching the top. The Fave 5 of the rest of the year is just atrocious, but I don't think it is going to be. Now with Fast 10 coming out. It's just going to be like, what the hell is this again?
I haven't seen Shazam yet.
Oh, that's right. That came out this year. You're right.
I'm looking through what's come out, and I'm like, I don't even know what most of this is.
Yeah, a lot of the blockbuster movies that are coming out aren't like crazy good. So that's why I always look up to see any movies that just because so much comes out on different platforms. I look to see, hey, any highly recommended ones, or if I see any Rotten Tomato ones for movies that are like on digital that didn't come out in theaters or something, then I go and check that out. But for the most part, stuff that's coming in theaters hasn't been too crazy unless it's like an action blockbuster. So you don't get much depth unless it's Guardians. So
like the only things I know that I want to watch this year is Across the Spider-Verse, Air, which already came out, I think.
Yeah, that's on Prime Video if you want to watch it.
And then that Evil Dead movie looks interesting.
Yeah, I have that on my backlog. I might check that out.
From the descriptions that they have for that Boogeyman movie, I kind of want to watch it.
The Boogeyman movie?
That's the one where they're like, yo, people were so scared we had to edit some scenes. That I posted that article about.
Yeah.
That comes out this year, apparently.
It comes out June 2nd.
They picked the worst fucking weekend. I want to see the Scream movies. I heard they're actually really good now.
Oh, Randall can talk about it. I think he's been keeping up with them.
No, I've seen one.
Oh, I thought you watched all of them.
No.
Oh, my bad.
You look for Liar of the Year goes thing.
Yeah, for real, dude. I thought I could have sworn you were watching it.
I mean, I did review one of them, but I haven't seen all of them.
Like Scream 6 came out this year. Is that the one you're talking about, Brian? With Jenna Ortega in it?
Yeah, I didn't 5 come out recently too?
Now 6 came out recently. 5
Yeah,
was
but
last year, I think.
I heard that one was good too, no?
I don't know. I haven't seen it, man.
Yeah, then what have I heard?
There we go. Scream. Yeah, she's in 5 as well.
There's some movie, I don't know how to pronounce this. It's like, this is how it's spelled. JUNG_E. Some sci-fi movie where someone's mom gets cloned.
What is it? J what?
UNG_E. And in a post-apocalyptic near future, a researcher at an AI lab leads the effort to end a civil war by cloning the brain of a heroic soldier, her mother.
I think this is one of those Korean movies that are on Netflix.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I can
Where
do a
you
quick.
got stuff up
I looked it
What?
up on the on the moviedb.org, but I'm checking Rotten Tomatoes to see what it got.
It looks interesting. I don't know.
Oof.
Bad or good?
Not great.
Extraordinary?
I mean, you can always check it out yourself. I mean, you might enjoy it. You might dig it.
Everything else, I don't know.
I mean, that's all I got for that. But I don't know. There's still a bunch of movies like you mentioned that are coming out. I just hope they're not all like, you know.
Is that movie where the guy does a landmine at a guy like a pie? Is that out already?
That comes out in a couple weeks on digital, yeah. So that should be available to us soon.
That's really all I can think of. Owen Wilson's gonna be Bob Ross.
Oh yeah, I
What?
mentioned that to you. Yeah,
Could,
I think it's already out.
what is it called? What is it called?
I saw
Paint?
it today on Google Movies. Well, I was on Google looking at movies, and I meant to send it to you, Brian, but then I think that's when my stomach decided to make a turn for the worse, and I got distracted.
That's crazy. Okay, I don't know that was it is out. It came out in April.
Yeah.
Oh wait, apparently he's not playing Bob Ross. He's playing a guy named Carl Nargle, a local treasure with a soothing whisper of a voice, hosts his own painting show on a Vermont public television.
Well, that might be him. He might not just have the rights to be Bob Ross.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's a comedy.
IMDb gave it a 5. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 31. Metacritic gave it a 45.
Jeez, that's pretty low.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I was hyped for a second, and then
And do you know if that Pope's Exorcist movie's good? And also shitty reviews. I figured when I saw the trailer, it can either be really good or really bad.
on the plus side, Sisu's reviewing well, so that's gonna be a fun watch.
Who?
Sisu, the one you just mentioned, that's gonna be a fun watch.
The Landmine movie.
Oh.
Isn't
I
it for
need to see
real?
that. I forgot. Did you get arrested by the important parts?
Oh, you're right. Anywho, okay. What was I gonna mention? The rest of the year should be fine for movies. Anticipated movies, yeah, we have the Flash movies coming out. Avatar, no, that's next year. Indiana Jones.
Wait, the Flash movie isn't already out?
No, it's in a month. Mission Impossible comes out this year too. There's a lot of action movies that are probably gonna be hitting up that Phase 5. Oh, I forgot Aquaman comes out this year too. Jeez.
You sure these movies aren't delayed?
I don't know if they're delayed or not, but I mean, they say Mission Impossible, I don't think it's delayed. Aquaman says it's in December. Indiana Jones is still in June. We know Across the Spider-Verse is gonna be on time. Oh,
Yeah.
Dune Part 2 is out later this year.
Oh, November, right?
Oh, Oppenheimer
Oppenheimer.
as well is coming out. So
I gotta watch that. Did
the
anyone watch Cocaine Bear?
not yet. Oh, the Blue Beetle movie might be pretty good.
I like how he looks with the suit on, but I don't know what it's gonna be. The Dungeons and Dragon movies this year. I haven't seen it though.
It's fun. That one I recommend watching. The crew has chemistry. The acting's really good, and it's pretty funny. Extraction 2 comes out this year too.
I have some interest in the Transformer movie.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Just some. I don't know much about it, but the Elemental movie's a Pixar movie, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if it's Pixar. I just know it's Disney. I don't know if it's Disney or Pixar, but that's also coming out. Elementals, Barbie.
Does that come out this year?
Yeah.
So we have a bunch. At first, I
Did
thought
you
we
say
didn't.
Barbie?
What?
Did you say Barbie?
Barbie comes out the same day as Oppenheimer.
As in,
The live action Barbie. Yeah.
wow.
Have you not seen the trailer?
Nope. Who's playing Barbie?
Margot Robbie. And Ryan Gosling is Ken.
I can see that.
Yeah, the casting is spot on. I that's definitely a movie I'm gonna watch. Like I don't.
There's a movie directed by Wes Anderson that comes out in June called Asteroid City.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. Definitely gonna watch that too.
I'm looking at the cast and I'm like, Diablo, dude.
It's Wes Anderson. All his films have top tier people in it.
I don't know what it's about, but I hope it's in space.
It's I don't know if it's in space, but the trailer doesn't show like it's in space.
But I'll watch that. Oppenheimer, if Cillian Murphy's in it, I'm probably watching it. The Gran Turismo movie looks like it's gonna be shit, but I'm still willing to watch it. Equalizer 3, I've never seen the first two.
What are you looking at?
Rotten Tomatoes most anticipated movies of 2023.
Randall's out here clicking and clacking. Like, what are they getting their information from?
Seriously.
Craven the Hunter's allegedly this year.
Does that even what is it? That's wild.
November 10th. So the week after Dune is when the Marvels movie comes out.
How did you get to that section? What did you click on?
I just Googled 2023 movies and that was one of the first articles I saw.
Oh, and we have the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie as well. That's like the art style's like Spider-Verse.
Hmm.
Is there seriously 10 Saw movies already?
Probably.
The next one's Saw X. So that's what I'm asking.
No, it's Socks.
Oh, it's Socks. I see.
They making another Magic Mike movie?
This is a Final Dance though.
That's already out. The Final Dance is out,
Oh, it is.
Exposed.
isn't it? I'm pretty
think
sure.
so. It's like
It's with
earlier this year.
Yeah, with Salma Hayek, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the last one. I hope so if it's called The Last Dance. Anywho. Yeah, that's our.
Yeah, you still need to watch Tetris.
Oh, that's true. I have Tetris on my backlog too.
I didn't realize the guy that played Quicksilver in the MCU is gonna play Craven.
Yeah.
The guy who played. You mean
Aaron
from
Taylor Johnson from
Bullet Train? Okay, yeah, that's his. Hey, pick some more
Yeah,
recent
but not,
stuff.
not everybody has seen that for the millions of viewers.
then they need to hurry up, right? Like,
I would have thought they would have picked somebody older.
is he supposed to be super old, like old looking?
He looks more like a distinguished adult.
I mean, he
Like
can pull
not
that
old,
off.
but older.
He can pull that off. You saw his swag in Bullet Train. They can put some makeup on and make him look a little older. He's got the swag.
No, they should have went someone a little older. I think.
Okay.
I mean, I don't doubt that he'll do it well. They should have went somebody a little older.
A little older?
A little older.
Okay.
Just somebody.
What's that?
Just a little older.
Just a little older?
Just a little older.
I see. Anywho.
At some point in the near future, I might go back and watch some Marvel shows that I didn't watch. You see the announcement with Loki and Echo? Loki starts October 3rd.
Yeah.
And then the entire season of Echo is going to come out at once in November.
What's Echo?
That is the one about the deaf lady, I think, from the Hawkeye and Hawkeye show.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it follows her, and they confirmed that Daredevil's going to be in it, and Kingpin. And I guess they're just using her to jumpstart the Daredevil show.
Okay. That works. I'm looking forward to Loki, obviously, because that's kind of what kickstarted this whole multiverse shit. So,
Wait, what?
which part, Randall? Like 6 things were said.
Oh no, I'm sorry, man. I'm talking to myself. I'm looking through this list and I just see that they're making another Hunger Games movie.
Yeah, it's a prequel. Yeah.
It's a prequel?
Yeah. Like it's when it started or something like that. It's called The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Years before he becomes the tyrannical president of Panem, 18-year-old.
No.
Yeah, okay. I'm reading the overview.
I'm trying to guess
18-year-old.
who it was.
Oh, okay, my bad. 18-year-old Snow sees a chance for a change in the fortunes when he mentors Lucy Graybeard. Lucy Graybeard. I can't even read. Why did I bother reading it? The female tribute from District 12. The cast looks pretty cool. Peter Dinklage is in it. Jason Schwartzman's in it. Viola Davis is in it.
They're probably going to show the destruction of District 13.
Oh, maybe. If it's cool, if it's good, then cool. It looks like the runtime is going to be almost 3 hours, though. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes.
If it does well, I'm down to watch it, but
Same.
seeing the Jennifer Lawrence ones, I'm like, no, thank you. Just read it.
Oh, no, I enjoyed. Go ahead.
They messed that up bad, man. I was so disappointed. I wanted to like it so bad after reading the books, but they just, I don't know what they were thinking.
For me on that, I saw the first 2 movies, I think it was, and I never read the books, so the only context I had was the movies. After the second movie, I don't know, I kind of lost interest. So when they showed the third one, that was part 1, I'm like, we'll see if I see it. And then the whole thing finished, and I never watched it.
Read the books, man. Like they're really good. Like I read. I had a friend of mine at the time. I found out about it because of a coworker, and him and I sometimes we used to go play pool after work, like on Fridays. And I don't know how we got into the conversation, but he ended up telling me about it. He was like, "Yeah, man, you should read this." I think it was because they had just announced that they were going to do movies based on the books.
Oh, that makes sense.
And he was like, "You should read the books." And of course, I hadn't heard of it, so he just kept telling me I should read the book. So one day I decided to get the book. No, I think he gave me the first book, and I ended up reading the first book in one weekend, and then I bought the other 2, and I read those like back to back, like every night after I got off of work. Man, it was like a real page turner for me.
That makes sense.
To anybody who reads books, I highly recommend it.
I don't remember why, but for some reason Gabs gave me her copies and told me to read it. And I was like, what else am I gonna do? I was probably grounded at the time, and then I read them. And the books, they're interesting. Like I enjoyed the books, and then saw the first movie, and I was like, it's got to get better, right? And then I watched the second movie, and I was like,
Yeah, I was
I'm
thinking
good.
the same thing too. Like, please, I hope it gets better. Let me just stick it out.
For me, it was the um. I don't know. I kind of just got burnt out. I saw the first two, and I was just like, okay. I didn't hate it or anything. It was just the third one was a part one movie, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to sit through more of this. But
They
like you
should.
said, I didn't have any context. This is like the Avatar all over again, where I saw the live action Avatar without watching the TV show, and I'm like, oh, this is whatever. It wasn't good, but I'm like, I didn't know the crimes they committed until I saw the animation show.
They should after this prequel, just reboot and make the books into like a. It doesn't have to be animated, but make into a show. I think would be better. That way, nothing needs to be rushed.
It looks like it's 2 hours and 45-minute runtime. It's gonna be quite
This,
the.
I don't think, to my knowledge, this isn't a book thing. This might be original content, but I don't know.
I can tell you that I don't know. Right. So
I think you know.
you got me. I know. Arnold Schwarzenegger's in it. They drop Arnold Schwarzenegger on District 13. That's what demolishes it.
Sense.
He's a Terminator after all. So
Did you know that that role was originally gonna go to O.J. Simpson,
what role?
the Terminator?
No way.
Yeah, and actually, Arnold Schwarzenegger was trying to go for the role to play Kyle Reese, and the only reason it got changed is because when they were having a meeting, I think it was a lunch actually.
Who's they? Sorry.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and James Cameron,
Okay.
and I'm guessing whoever else was there for the lunch. But Arnold was like basically preaching about like how the Terminator needs to be. Like he needs to be whoever, because he had already assumed that they were going to hire OJ. He was like, I already know you guys probably got OJ to play the Terminator, but he needs to understand that whoever plays this role needs to understand that this character is a machine. So he needs to invest in the time in learning how to unload and reload and take apart weapons without looking because this is a machine. A machine will never look down at its hands and do it. He needs to be able to walk a certain way. He needs to be able to scan a room and look like a robot at all times. And after the conversation, James Cameron was like, "Man, I mean, since you know so much about the character, you might as well. Maybe you should play the Terminator." And he was like,
He's like,
"No,
bet.
I don't want to." No, he didn't want to play the Terminator because he was like, the Terminator has uh 25 lines in the script. In the entire movie, he only has 25 lines. And Arnold was like, he had just did a movie. I forget what the movie was, but he had just came off a movie where he had like 50 something lines.
So he's trying to grow like a.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, it wasn't 50 something lines. It was 135.
Oh, jeez.
And he just came off a movie where he had 135 lines, and he was like, "I'm not going backwards."
Uh-huh.
And plus, on top of it, he said he wants to play like a hero role. He wants to be the leading man. And James Cameron was like, "I will make you the leading man, and I will make the Terminator iconic." Blah blah blah, and then that's how he became the Terminator. But it's just weird. It's funny and it's weird at the same time that like they were considering OJ to be the Terminator.
I'm not allowed to say any of the thoughts that came up to my head on there.
Okay, that's fair.
And then on top of that, like Arnold he didn't even want to be the Terminator. That's crazy. It's just I don't know, man. It's just when I hear stuff like that, it's just
It makes you want to cross to the other timeline to see how it turned out.
no, not at all. It just makes me think about how like sometimes you assume that whenever you have a great plan or you see something that's great, you think that it was all planned out like that when a lot of times it wasn't. It was just the complete opposite, or it was chaos, and it didn't like it came together, and then it turned into something amazing.
That's the beauty of film and gaming, right? There's so many moving parts, and then hopefully it all sticks together. That's wild, man.
All sticks together.
I like to see that. We need to get the deep fake AI to start getting to a level where I can just replace Arnold Schwarzenegger with O.J. Simpson and see what that looks like.
And sounds like, to be honest with you.
And sounds like. I mean, we have that already. There's machine
That
learning.
was a terrible idea.
Probably, but it'd be funny to watch now.
Whenever you guys get the chance, make sure to listen to the Kanye West AI sing "Hey There, Delilah." It's really good.
I've seen like 7,000 AI people singing other people's songs.
Yeah,
so
but that specific one.
you put it in the chat. I think I heard it already.
And if you think you heard it, you didn't hear it.
No, believe me, if I think I heard it, I probably heard it.
Nah, I doubt it.
Like a 77% chance I've heard it.
No, I don't believe you.
That's pretty high. It's better than 50%, right?
80% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
Easy. What the hell were we talking about just now? Oh, Terminator. How do we get to Terminator again?
You said you're gonna drop it on District 13.
That's right. That's how it happened. That's crazy. All the way down, he's just yelling, "Ugh!" And then until he hits the ground. And it'd be like a nuke.
When I'm getting Castle Crashers too.
We're not. That came and went, and that's just a treasured game that we'll just have to, you know.
I want to play that. I think you shared it. The Double Dragon beat 'em up.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. But I think it's only 2-player, which sucks. But
I say Double Dragon beat 'em up. Like most of the Double Dragon games, if not all of them, are beat 'em ups.
no, you haven't played the action RPG open world Double Dragon. It's pretty good. I might have been that. I don't know. I know in terms of game, I don't know. I have to look at a list too. But in terms of the games, the big ones that are sticking out to me are definitely, well, Tears of the Kingdom's already out, and then Diablo.
I want to try
I
Atomic
might.
Heart still.
You could talk to E-Man about it. I think he played through it. It was on Game Pass, I think, so he played it through Game Pass. After I saw how, I don't know, I saw some gameplay of like a boss fight, and I'm like, I don't want to do any of that. Like, it's just you're unloading hundreds of fucking magazines. It looks like a Borderlands boss fight. And I'm like, this game looks too realistic to be doing that. If that makes sense. Like, Borderlands, it makes sense because it's a cartoony, wacky, and whatever. But that game, I thought it was going to be more on the realistic side. So that's what I kind of backed off of it. So I'm like, okay, well. It'll be really great, though, during Summer Games Fest. State of Decay 3, right? Fuck.
That I can think of. Oh no, that's already a lie. I couldn't even finish the sentence. That was gonna be a lie. I was thinking of like the AAA games. I was gonna say that would probably be the only thing that I like remaining that I'd probably pre-order or buy day one. But then Starfield and then Stalker, and if Masquerade Bloodline actually comes out this year.
I don't know what state that's in. I know I got that. I don't know if it's on time, if it was delayed. I just keep hearing it.
For sure.
I just keep hearing it comes back, or it's coming out. It comes back like a boomerang. We'll see.
I think it was supposed to release at the beginning of this year. I think I pushed back. I think that was the scenario.
I think the Battle Royale is going to get shut down, if I read the headline right. Which sucks, because that was pretty fun, yeah.
I never tried it.
I thought it was okay. It ain't Fortnite. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, nothing is at this point. Just it somehow became the true crossover game.
Yeah, there's nothing that can beat it. It has all the craziest crossovers now.
Yeah, Smash Bros. Doesn't have Sasuke and Geralt.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say another anime thing, and I forgot Geralt is also in this.
Isn't LeBron in it too?
Yeah. That's more than multiverses.
You mean the game that won fighting game of the year, even though it's fucking open beta is not closed until the next year?
Yeah, that's why those you have to take those Game Awards stuff with like saying what is it, a grain of salt, because they just try to fill in categories without actually thinking about the implications. Is it released? They should not be on there if it's not released, and that's on God, right?
I feel like that should stop being an award show and it should just be announcement focus, and like as interludes in the middle, celebrate the games that come out.
I
You
can
don't have
see
to celebrate
that.
something by giving a reward. Just be like, hey, announcements. You know, this year for action games has been crazy, and just show a montage. And then while you're showing the montage, you have the live band play
I was gonna
for
mention
each game.
I do like the live band stuff when they're doing like the how they perform for all the Game of the Year nominees, like
Only that part when they have a random fucking guy for Doom come out and perform. No, thank you.
yeah,
But
I'm like
when
that's
it's the
weird.
orchestra,
Yeah, the orchestra has been on point the past few years, so
that's what it should be. You don't need to celebrate gaming by giving awards. Nothing needs to be first place for you to be able to celebrate the hard work everybody did.
no, Brian, we need awards. Okay, the hell.
Not the way they're done. No one's done it correctly, so why bother?
Tunic won something, so someone did something correctly,
It's on
right?
3, Nick. Come on.
How do you go from? I swear you told me you've been on 7, Nick, and now
I like
you're
to
on 3.
revisit them.
Okay, it's insane.
But yeah, I don't know. When's There's no E3.
I mean, that was canceled this year because everyone was just leaving. So
What's next? Do they still do? What's the Bethesda one?
that's gonna be part of Xbox's game show now.
I'm sorry, not QuakeCon either. That wasn't a thing, was it?
QuakeCon was a thing.
And just usually in Germany.
You thinking of Gamescom?
No, I'm thinking of something that's not named that. I'm thinking of the third thing.
That's in Germany, Cologne, Germany. That's Gamescom.
I don't think it's Gamescom. It's not ringing bells.
QuakeCon is real. Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, in Germany, that one.
It has to be in Germany, Brian. Let me double check. Gamescom is the biggest one that is in Germany. Unless I don't know where. Only necessary. Isn't Cologne in Germany, or am I silly with it right now?
You're asking the wrong person. I don't even know where I am.
All right. Cologne, Germany. Yeah. Fam, it
has to be then because I just looked up Germany video game conventions.
And it's Gamescom.
Familiar.
Yeah, it's Gamescom. Is what you're thinking of. For like the 7th time now.
Is that still the thing?
Yeah, dude. They've already announced they're doing it again this year. You can get tickets if you're trying to go to Cologne. And check out all the German cool stuff.
What else is there? Do they still do South by Southwest?
Yeah, I don't think that has anything to do with gaming.
Don't they have gaming?
It's a small part, but it's mostly a music festival, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant the gaming part, though.
I don't know if it's a huge showing there. You might have some indies announce some stuff there or something, but...
Xbox doesn't have like a whole day they do things anymore.
Yeah, the game... Brian, are you fucking with me? The game showcase I have as an event in the Discord thing of when it's happening and what time.
But is that the one? Is that the big one, or is this like a every few months one?
This is the one that's happening during the time E3 was going to happen. He's freaking out, dude.
When's Sony's? That's still at the end of the year?
That's during the same time. I don't remember the exact date. I don't know if they've announced it, but they're going to have their own. Everyone has their own thing now in that June timeline. Like, in the month of June is going to be each publisher, big 3 are going to have their own little direct thing or showcase.
What about Ubisoft Forward 2023?
Yeah, the one you're reading off of the events list. Yeah. They're probably going to hopefully show off the new Assassin's Creed if there's anything to show. Maybe release the fucking pirate game that's still in, what is it, Skull and Bones?
That's the wrong person.
I don't know, man. Another Rainbow Six Siege update with a operator. What else? I don't know. Ubisoft doesn't have much that I can think of unless they're gonna have new stuff released. And maybe a new Immortals or the Division has some new stuff coming out. Maybe they'll show off more Division stuff.
Are they gonna do a release, like a new IP called Tom Clancy's Multiply?
I'm down because the Division was pretty good. So now we're upping it by adding stuff to it by multiplying it. I'm there.
You get more now, yeah.
I'm there. Speaking of which, I didn't know they added a roguelike mode to the Division 2, and I'm like, sounds like I gotta fucking download this again.
It's not like I should, but I won't. I have other stuff.
We have, yeah. It's just, like I said, I might, but whether or not I launch it, a whole another story. And
that's funny.
What?
I still have not played the Legendary Edition collection for Mass Effect.
I don't think you need to. You played through the originals. They don't. I don't think they updated anything so significant, right?
They did like gameplay changes and visuals, but
it's not like
supposed to be the same thing.
Yeah, it's not like they remade it in Unreal Engine 5.2 or something.
I pre-ordered the second it was available on Steam because I don't have access to the games anymore since my PS4 is held captive. I don't even know if Gabby still has it.
Oh.
Or is it my PS3? My Xbox no longer exists. So those two copies. And then I think I bought it again on PS4 or something else, and I don't have access to that anymore.
And your PS5 is literally just collecting as much dust as possible.
But at eye level, which when Final Fantasy comes out, I'll load it up again. I still need to get through Returnal.
Same. But I have other PS5 games. I haven't even started that, so.
I think those are the only two that I have that I haven't beat. Because Ratchet and Clank, I beat. Kenna, I got to the last boss. I'm like, I don't care anymore.
Oh, he was like stupid difficult, or it was just bored? Like,
I didn't care anymore. The combat after like a certain point, I was just like
super repetitive.
Yeah,
I can kind of see that because I've been playing through it, and I'm like, this is pretty like accessible. Like it's an accessible combat because it's just like light, and I think there's a heavy punch or a heavy attack. I don't remember. I have to load it up again. It's a good it's a good problem to have. I have too many games to play that I haven't finished. Like, woe is me, right?
Yeah, the new Final Fantasy's, I guess it's probably gonna launch first on PlayStation in like 17 years from now. It'll come out on PC.
It's console exclusive? I thought it was a I'm sorry. I thought it was both PC and one like PS5 and PC.
From what I remember, it's just PS5.
Oh wow! Damn, it must have paid a lot of cash for that. Square's probably like, thank you for that exclusivity. I could be wrong,
though. Final Fantasy 16 will be console exclusive for 6 months at launch, according to a recent PS5 trailer. Showed off a ton of new games. This was last month.
What in the heck am I thinking right now?
Won't come to PC until 2024. Maybe I am willing to wait then.
Why?
Because if it's half a year of exclusivity and it might come out early next year, that gives me more time for other things. But at the same time, I kind of don't want to wait. I don't know what it is about this one, but I feel like I will like it. That being said, I thought the same thing with 15, and then that was ass.
On the plus side, it should not be a disaster on launch on PS5. They're focusing on one platform. And it's not PC. Like, it's on a console everyone's going to have. They should be hopefully optimized. So, worst case scenario, you're just playing it at 30 FPS. At worst case, right? And it's a single player game, so who cares?
Yeah, we'll see. I probably still will get it to use this thing. You know, it's funny. I beat Ragnarok, and then I think I did one thing after I beat it, which is like one cutscene you can see.
Mm-hmm.
two things. Then I did the the thing that's in the area with all those crows,
Okay.
and then after that, I
Finished
haven't
it. You
gone back
stop
and
that? Yeah.
I've had no interest.
And I think it might have been because of the way they ended it. Like I feel like I'm done, right? They put such a beautiful bow at the end of it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Like they left me like, I got enough. Maybe that's what it was.
Because I was playing the game not for game. I was playing for the story. Like the gameplay I got, it's just a little bit more of the first one, which isn't bad. It's just it's linear. So once you play through the adventures, like whatever.
I explored to explore, but kind of the same thing. When I got to certain plot points, I'm like, I need to know what happens next.
Yeah.
You too, Randall. When you beat it, you felt the same, right?
Ahaha. Good morning.
Do you guys have any input on external capture card versus internal?
I mean, your use case. What are you going to be capturing at? What resolution and what frame rate?
Are you gonna be going places and making content? Or are you gonna be at home?
I don't think I don't see myself capturing anything like going somewhere. I mean, it's always the case of me like going to visit my family and doing some stuff there, but I don't know. I mean, because I usually do play games when I go visit my family.
Then you might as well just do internal. The portable is great if you need to take it to a different station, to somewhere in the house, or you're gonna go record or you're gonna go record some footage at like a review event or something, or if you get early, it's just portable, so just in case you want to capture somewhere that your computer's not there. But if you're only gonna capture while you're at home, get the internal. That's an easy, just make sure everything's compatible and you have the slot for it, and you should be good to go.
Well, I was just wondering because like every list that I look at, like I've been looking at a bunch of lists while you guys were talking, and everyone keeps saying that external is better. As far as performance.
Oh, that's wrong. Completely. Internal is better performance-wise. That's the craziest statement. Where are you seeing everyone saying that? The externals are limited. Yeah, that's wrong. Wrong. Tell them, anyone who's from IGN, go take down that article. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Performance-wise?
Best product review.
And we're sure we're not talking about like recording from inside a PlayStation as opposed to on a capture card?
Well, like they're giving me a list of like the top capture cards, and every list that I've seen at the top of the list is always an external one.
I don't know what to tell you. The best performing one will be internal. You have a bigger bus. The externals are tied to USB 3. A PS
externals, and it's like the third one is internal.
Yeah, well, I need you to
and AverMedia.
Cool. Comment on there. Take this article down. Go ahead and put the comment on there now. That's insane.
It could be.
It's convenient to have external.
Yeah, because it's IGN or like press doing this article. They probably put those external ones higher up because they value the portability of it. Considering they're out and about a lot of times, or they're maybe not recording from home, and they're like, "Oh, hands-on with Leisure Suit Larry remastered."
And I gotta get that in 4K HD, and I gotta see every liquid on that body, right?
That's my guess, but I'm only bronze in Valorant, so what do I know?
Correct. If it's just performance, Randall, that is a wrong statement. Convenience, portability, maybe an argument can be made. Performance, no. It's internal. That's wild. If it says performance. If you're just assuming it's performance because it's at the top, that's different.
Why do they keep saying I keep seeing listed under the many features leaves your gameplay unchanged. What does that mean?
Pass through signal. So if, I mean, you want there's an HDMI input going to the capture card and one going out. You want to make sure it's pass through so that signal isn't disturbed before it goes to your TV. That makes sure that the latency is low. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, get yourself an internal one. I don't know which one specifically for internal, but get yourself an internal one. I haven't done my homework on internal between AverMedia or Elgato because the only thing I've been capturing so far is my Switch, and I've been using the Genki for that. I should guess, and I don't even know if I have a slot available to put an internal graphics or capture card in. That would be something to look into.
I like mine.
And with internal, Brian, you said you can do console as well.
Anything with HDMI, man. It's not a console specific thing. Anything that has HDMI.
The only thing with mine is that it won't output at 4K. The highest is 1080p.
Randall's like, I want 8K.
I mean, if you're gonna spend money, you might as well.
What? No, Randall, you spend it for your use case.
Well, I'm one of those people that like to buy things one time.
Okay, but there's no. If there was an 8K card out and you bought it, Randall, I would actually tell the cops to come over here to take your capture card away so you can return it. That's a ridiculous buy. A 8K capture for what? What 8K screen are you gonna test it on?
I don't know. Maybe you could do close-ups without it being pixelated.
Then get closer in the camera. Like that's not a valid excuse. You just stand closer. I don't know.
No, I'm talking about like if you do capture of a gameplay, and you know how like sometimes when people do like they do like a cut, and it'll be like zoomed in all the way to like something maybe in the background because they're just trying to make fun of something or whatever. It's usually pixelated because the resolution is so low at that for it to be zoomed in. But
Okay, so either way, then you'll have to record at 8K with a bit rate that'll keep that clear. Now, do you think you have the hard drive space for that?
I don't know.
And that's what I'm saying. This now that you're going down the hill of let's just keep buying for the sake of buying. You don't need it. Don't need it.
Just thinking in terms of creating content, you know.
We've done that type of thing you're talking about has been done at 1080p. There's been close cuts to people, and it's still easily seen at 1080p. You don't need 8K to do it. You can't just spend that cash you can save, Randall. Imagine all the cool stuff you can buy that you're with the money you're saving. You know what I'm saying? Like flying cars, rocket ships, right?
If flying cars were available, I still wouldn't buy them.
Well, yeah, because you can't trust the other people piloting. But
I think you should just go with an external if you trust Elgato for the brand, if you want AverMedia, and if you want to capture your camera that you say you have, and then the console, decide quick and buy one, because at this point you're going to keep waiting for something new and you're never going to have anything. It's my 2 cents.
ooh. I also recommend Black Magic. That's the internal capture card I had last.
So you plug the camera directly into the capture card?
Yep. If your camera has HDMI out, you have to make sure the camera you have has that. Otherwise, then it'll probably be a USB connection, and you don't have to worry about it, about the capture card. You feel me, player? Do you feel me? Hello?
You just want somebody to feel on you.
Whoa, not on me. I just said, do you feel me? Who the
Oh,
heck said
well,
on?
I mean, if they're feeling you, then that's what
Nah,
feel means touch.
you're trying to jump to third base here. We're not doing that. All right. I got nothing else for the week here. That's the old one I think I had. Anywho. All right, any closing thoughts here before we wrap up?
Did you guys say you're trying the Street Fighter beta?
We'll see.
How many characters are gonna be available?
8.
And
That's
you
good.
said that my customizable character will carry over to the official release.
That's what they say.
And it's supposed to be this weekend.
Starting
Friday night?
Friday.
Or maybe Friday
Okay.
afternoon?
I'll tell you the exact time about that.
Mountain time?
Starting May 19th, Friday, 12 a.m. Pacific, to May 22nd, 12 a.m. Pacific.
So 3 a.m. for us on Friday. So Friday morning at 3 a.m. There you go. So by the time you wake up, it should be available.
I guess I could spend 3 hours on creating my character.
3 hours?
And then, yeah, they're well, I mean, I doubt if I spend 3 hours, but they're from what I've seen, they're the customized options that you have for creating your character is like really extensive.
Oh, okay. I'm like, that's a lot. They have sliders, I'm assuming?
Yeah,
Got it.
I mean, for every nook and cranny on your face.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you can actually make yourself. That's cool. All right, and that's all we got. We'll be back next week. Thank you guys for watching, listening. We are out. Bye.